All right, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. All right, and getting right into it, like the title says. When prophecy is everyone's reality, right? Because eventually, everything that has been spoken of by the prophets through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, start with the apostles, and all the true men of the Lord on down. You know, eventually it's going to come a time when, people are going to, the Lord's going to have it to where people, they realize that, damn, those guys, because to these people, we're just niggas, on the street corners. Just this is just something that we do on our off time. This is just a hobby. But as I always say, no, man, people aren't gonna understand why we took this so serious, and hell, I'll say just through the spirit, some of us, a lot of us may not even fully understand why we're doing this. Yeah, we understand that, we want the kingdom and we want to be saved, work out our own salvation through fear and trembling. Yeah, we may, know these scriptures, but we may not really, at least I feel, we may not really, for real, understand why we're doing this. And there is going to come a point when it's going to click like, damn, yeah, yeah, this is it. There's going to come a point where it's going to click, it's going to click like, okay, because I originally wanted to title this somewhere along the lines of like counting the cost. All right. Because this is something that I ask myself every day, when it comes to just having this understanding of just like this self, just talking to yourself, that conversation that you have with yourself. And it's just like, do you really know what you're involved in? Do you really understand what this is about? Because again, we're more and more coming into a time when counting the cost, because here it is, Jake, all the time, and all hell hasn't even broken loose yet, for real, but yet Jake, man, they can't deal with they can't deal with it, they can't deal with this thing. They can't deal with the pressure. And again, all hell hasn't even broken loose yet. All right. Well, even more so when it's the real deal, when again, prophecy is our reality. Because again, it's going to go from what the prophets have been speaking to, hey, for real, and mainly in particular, because what through the spirit has what inspired me to do this was, some brothers have been going out, some brothers have been doing videos on, me, I just been looking into it more and more. And when you go into the documents, and this is in reference to this whole rule, this bill 2.13, I think it is, out there in New York, the whole 2.13 rule, where basically Esau, he could just come in and take you and haul you off to a concentration camp, without any type of reason, or just they could just come in and suspect that you may have a particular disease or whatever, and just haul you off, That's what really inspired me to do this. Like I said, looking into it, and when you go into the documents, hey, this shit is about to get for real. Lord willing, it gets for real. All right, because I mean, listen, something like this is going to spread like wildfire. All right, it's going to spread like wildfire, and before we know it, like I said, because the scriptures emphasize, or the Lord emphasizes on sudden destruction. Just suddenly out of nowhere, things are going to be happening, and it's going to be just, speaking as a man. And this is not to install any type of fear or anything, because listen, when that day comes, man, as much as we may think sometimes that we're ready and we just want this shit to be over with, Lord, just do what you got to do. If we were ready, then things will be happening right now. All right, so obviously there's still things that we all have to work on, and we all have to reach that measure of perfection in the spirit to where the Lord is satisfied, and we all have to get to a certain level. All right, so we're not ready. All right, essentially we're not ready, not yet. But when that time does come, through the spirit, we are going to be ready. And when the ball does drop, again, speaking as a man, I can picture like, initially being in the flesh is going to be like, oh shit, but hey, it's going to be showtime. We're going to know on that day, hey, this is it. Let's go. Come on with it. It's showtime. It's showtime. All right. Because again, to emphasize the point of sudden destruction, one day we're just going to wake up and it's going to be different. As I always say, things are just going to be different. It's going to be different. And, it's just going to be different. And I feel, me personally, the only thing that brothers, because, when it comes to this thing of ours and just doing these videos and going out to the highways and hedges, this is all we know. And I feel that the only thing that brothers are going to really miss, is doing the work, doing this. Because the time is going to come when ain't going to be, again, no more videos going up. It's going to be lights out. We're basically going to have to, how's the saying go? Hang up the jersey, so to say. And I feel that that's going to be the only thing that brothers really just going to be like, damn, because this is all we know, doing videos, and because the time is going to come where we're not going to be doing this anymore. We're not going to be doing this anymore. I feel that's the only thing brothers are really going to miss, because again, this is all we know. There ain't nothing else. There's nothing else. But because more and more brothers, the spirit has been on brothers to touch on Amos 8:11 and the famine of the word, and but again, it's going to go from us speaking these things to, hey, this is going to be our reality. We're going to be in the midst of it. All right. And that applies to us. That applies to everyone else who, all these non-believers. Is going to come. The time is going to come when, hey, it's going to be a reality. So I'm going to get this in Ezekiel. As soon as this thing loads up. Ezekiel chapter 12. Ezekiel 12. This is another favorite of mine because, like I did the video earlier today, this, when it comes to this shit, all this shit, man, it's played out. And wickedness is played out, and it's just a matter of time, you know. And I remember having a dream this last night. I remember having this dream last night, you know. It was like a classroom setting, and for whatever reason, I was in a classroom setting. I remember seeing the desk and, you know, all my peers, the teacher, you know, and for whatever reason in the dream, the religion, the topic of so-called, you know, religion came up, and that was a topic that everyone was getting involved in. All right, you know, everyone was getting, you know, excited about the topic of religion, you know, because when the you know, you speak about sweet old Jesus, right? You know, sweet old Jesus, and everyone was getting, you know, I'm not gonna say turned up, but everyone was just, you know, comfortable with talking about the topic. And I remember in this dream, me in the dream, like, because you know, when just, you know, in the real world, you know, when people speak about certain subjects, it takes a lot for us to just, because these people, they have no idea, man. These people are dumb as hell. They don't know nothing. So a lot of times, you know, it's just, you just let them talk about what they want to talk about, and you just gotta bite your tongue and just, you know, whatever. And I remember having that feeling in the dream, man. You know, the topic of religion came up, and everyone was talking about Jesus, and, you know, there's just that Christianity spirit, you know, a universal topic. Um, and I was doing my best to hold my tongue, but I remember, you know, it was just like, man, I couldn't help it, because I couldn't help it, and I started talking about the truth, you know, started talking about the truth, and of course, the typical reaction, everyone looks at you crazy, and you become the what do you call it? Oh man, what's the term? I forgot the term for it, but basically everyone looks at you crazy, you know, with the side eye, like, you know, what's this crazy Negro talking about? You know, I became that figure, you know, I became that figure, and just trying to tell these people, you know, and they're just talking shit, laughing, of course. Like I said, typical reaction. And I remember in the dream, all right, I remember having that feeling like, all right, y'all just wait. Y'all just wait. You just wait and see. I remember having that feeling. You niggas just wait. Because at the end of the day, the Lord's going to have the last say so. He's going to have the last laugh, you know? And I just remember having that feeling like, y'all just wait. Y'all think I'm crazy? Just wait. Because it gets to that point, because it's like, Lord, how long we got to suffer these people? How long we got to, you know, bite our tongue? And how long, Lord? You know? Because again, the time is going to come. The time is going to come. All right, when we're going to go from speaking these things, and it's going to be everyone's reality. And I'm going to get this in Ezekiel 12 and 19. Matter of fact, verse Ezekiel 12 and 18. Son of man, eat thy bread with quaking, and drink thy water with trembling and with carefulness. And say unto the people of the land, thus saith the Lord power of the inhabitants of Jerusalem and of the land of Israel. They shall eat their bread with carefulness, and drink their water with astonishment. So that's the point. That astonishment, like, damn, you know, those niggas were right. Essentially, you know, because the time is going to come when, hey, the Lord is going to make these people realize, man, those Negroes on the street corners, man, they were right. Like, damn, they did talk about a famine. They did talk about these things. Man, oh shit. You know, that astonishment, like, oh shit, they weren't lying. You know, they weren't playing. They were for real. Like, oh, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late, man. By then, it's going to be too late. All right, because going back to this whole 2.13 rule bill out there in New York, listen, because again, when you go into the documents, hey, families are going to be separated, you know, and it was one particular elder, I forgot his name. One elder, he did a video and going into how, hey, shit, man, because this shit is about to get for real. And again, going back to what I was mentioning earlier, like, for real, the time of counting the cost, because listen, some of us are going to be separated from our families. Oh yeah, because this particular elder, he was making a point, like, be careful, especially when they go to these hospitals. And that's why, hey, listen, brothers, encourage getting into the herbs, prayer first and foremost, prayer, get into the herbs, man, because going to these hospitals, man, listen, because again, when you go into these documents, hey, ain't no telling what they're gonna inject you with to make you start to jack you up, and you might react a certain way, and that might be probable cause to haul you off to a concentration camp, man, to an isolation center, I'll say. There's no telling, so be careful. The elder was making that point. Be careful, especially when it comes to going to these hospitals, man. And I hate going to the hospitals. I go literally, not even exaggerating, once a year, and that's if I feel like I'm about to drop dead. All right, or I feel like I'm about to drop dead. I'll go to the hospital. I'll suck up my pride, and and thankfully I didn't have to go this year, but last year, hey, I thought I was about to drop dead. Literally, I thought I was about to drop dead. I thought the Lord was about to take me out. Come to find out, such and such. I was like, damn, like, how did this happen? The year before that, I thought I was literally about to drop dead. Come to find out it was such and such. I was like, damn, man, and it just goes to show you, like, man, the Lord, he be putting his men through some shit, because like last year, like I said, I thought I was about to drop dead, and I was winging it. I was trying to play this shit off and just, but because it's a triangle of our faith, because I was taking herbs, getting into my herbal teas. I work out. I'm pretty fit. I'm active. And then last year, like I said, it was one of those things. I thought I was about to drop dead. Come to find out, I have blood clots. I'm like, how the fuck did this happen? How the hell did this happen? No, I didn't take that jump shot. And that was $1 million question. All these specialists, and they were trying to figure out, how did this happen? How did this happen? But again, it just show you how the Lord, hey, it's the Lord at the end of the day. It's the Lord. Because like I said, I didn't take the jump shot. That was a main question that everyone was asking me. Did you take that jump shot? No, I don't take steroid. None of that. I try to stay as healthy as possible. All that. And this is like, how did this happen? But hey, it's all the Lord at the end of the day. Again, the year before that, I thought I was having a heart attack, because I never had a heart attack. I remember I had this sharp pain in my chest, man. Like I said, I thought it was it. I thought the Lord was gonna take me out. I couldn't, man. Boy, listen. I had to drive myself to the hospital. I was at work. I had to drive myself to the hospital. I was on the phone with my demon, just to make sure nothing happened. I passed out or whatever while I was driving, all the way to the hospital. Not last year, but the year before that. Thought I was having a heart attack. Come to find out, it was these muscle spasms, muscle strains in my chest. It was muscle strains in my chest. Muscle strains, and listen, when you have those type of muscle strains, you know, when you have those type of muscle strains, listen, because I was on bed rest for like 2 weeks, you know, and I kid you not, that was, man, that shit was tough because literally everything hurts, you know, breathing hurts, everything hurts. I couldn't do nothing, you know. It was in a miserable state, you know. But again, just to show you, you know, because again, it's all of the Lord, you know. It's all of the Lord, you know. But yeah, man. Like I was saying, because I just say all that to say, hey, again, be careful when going to these hospitals. I said all that to say, because listen, I don't go to the hospital unless I feel like I'm about to drop dead, like the Lord's about to take me out. And those two incidences that I just mentioned, I thought the Lord's going to take me out, you know. So like the elder was making that point, be careful when you go to these hospitals, because, you know, hey, ain't no telling they can put something in you, and they you know, with this bill, hey, they can basically take you out to one of these isolation centers, and hey, who knows but the Lord. So that's the point. The time is going to come when, hey, the hour of temptation, man, you know, go ahead and get it. This is why we're going to need the Lord, man. We're, hey, now more than ever, and every day that goes by, it's a day, you know, it's a day more that we just need the Lord. We need to call on the Lord, man, because it's about to get real. It's about to get serious. It's about to get serious, man. And again, when it comes to counting costs, because like I was saying earlier, a lot of Jakes in the truth now, over the years, they've been falling out because, you know, it's just too much, and things ain't even happened yet. All hell hasn't even broken loose yet, man. Well, listen, in that day, I can picture it. A lot of Jake, man, they're just gonna say, "The hell with this, fuck this." You know, I'm not built for this. No, I'm good. I can see it, because Jake is doing that now, and it's well, how much more when the hammer drops for real, when the ball drops for real, man? How much more then? So in Revelation chapter 2, because again, going into this whole 2.13 bill, man, hey, listen, and they, again, make no mistake about it, it's going to spread like wildfire. You know, yes, out there in New York right now, but hey, go into the documents, you know, go into those documents. You know, this shit is about to get real. Lord willing, it's about to get for real. You know, and of course it's easier said than done, because we want this shit to happen already. But listen, it's easier said than done. Like I said, it's easier said than done. But you know, again, counting the costs. You know, are you sure? You ready? You think you're ready? It's just one of those things. Like, do you really know and understand what this thing of ours is about? Because, yeah, it's going to get for real. Some of us are going to get separated from our families. Some of us are going to get taken into these isolation centers. Hey, it's going to get for real, because soon, you know, that astonishment, like, oh shit, this is happening. Like I read in Ezekiel, like this is happening for real. You know, I know a lot of us got that surreal moment back in 2020 when those lockdowns took place. Like, damn, you know, like this is we thought it was it. We thought that was it. Like, oh shit, is this happening? Is this it? Is this it? You know? But of course, that was a trying of our faith, you know? But the time is going to come when it's not going to be no games. It's going to be the real deal. It's going to be like, oh shit. Because like the Apostle Tahar said a long time ago, like, hey, we're not going to have to question, because like 2020, like I just mentioned, of course, we questioned, you know, is this it? But the Apostle Tahar said it, you know, a long time ago, like, man, in that day, we're not going to have to question. We're going to know. We're going to know, you know. But in Revelation 2, in verse 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. You know, because it's easier said than done. You know, it's easier said than done. Because listen, we talk the talk now, but soon we're gonna have to walk that walk, man. We're gonna have to walk that walk. We're gonna have to be about it. We're gonna have to be about it, man. Are you ready? Are we ready? What are we gonna see? Lord willing, what we gonna see? All right, because again, in that day, a lot of Jake, man, they're gonna say, "Fuck this." I'm talking about Jake in the truth. And it's something that I pray, man, daily. Throughout my day, like Lord, Baba Gashar, because like it tells you in Matthew, he that endureth until the end, the same shall be saved. So it goes to show you it's going to be a literal fight, whether it's mentally, spiritually, physically. It's some, I can picture in a lot of cases, all of the above. It's going to be a fight until the very end. So something that I pray for daily is that, Lord, you please see me through this until the end, because we've come so far. We've come so far. The Lord has brought us through so much, and it's just, the Lord, and that's the terribleness of the Lord, man. Because as far as we've come, and being so close at the end, us seeing the finish line, the Lord, he could take his spirit off of us. The Lord is terrible. He's scary. As close as we are, the Lord, he could take his spirit off of us. And we can give up. When that hour of temptation does come, pursuing the Revelation, the 3rd chapter, the Lord could put his spirit on us to tap out, to give in to that MOTB. It's a scary thing. It's a fearful thing. It's a fearful thing, man. Come all this way just to give in to the hour of temptation, because that's what it's coming to, man. Listen, Revelation 2:10 again, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. You see, so we're gonna suffer. It said, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. So we're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through it, and for each and every one of us, it's different. It's different. All right, so we're gonna suffer, but all the suffering and the catching hell that we've been catching, it's been nothing but pop quizzes. You see, we're coming to the final test, the final exam, and it's just a matter of Lord willing. All the pop quizzes, man. The Lord has been preparing us for the final test. Because, listen, it's about to get real, man. It's about to get real. It's real when Esdras, he said, woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days? And of course, back then, men were men. They were a lot stronger mentally, physically than we are today. So for Esdras to make that statement, you gotta know, it was like, damn, it's just one of those, oh man, how am I, oh man, just thinking I'm through, I'm through, I'm done. Probably gonna have several of those type of moments where it's just like, oh man, this, oh damn, no. But we have this understanding, like, man, whatever your will is, Lord, because it's just to a point we're so numbed out, man. It's just, really don't care no more, man. I really don't care no more, man. And like I said, it's easier said than done, because I often talk about how, listen, me personally, man, my demon, my children, listen, I don't care no more, man. I always say, man, worst case scenario, which is really the best case scenario, I'll see y'all on the other side. I don't care. I don't care. If anything, y'all are a burden to me right now. So, and I mean, it sounds tough and cruel or whatever, but that's where we got to be with it. Like, the Lord will be doing me a favor, right? The Lord will be doing me a favor to just take all out now. But, like I said, that's a part of the burden and the struggle for some brothers. They got to deal with that. Like Job. Job took everything from him but his wife. And speaking as a man, you got to imagine why did the Lord leave his wife? Because I was a part of his burden. I was a part of what he had to deal with. Because the women, man, they fucking nagging, and they're just faithless creatures. And that's why, on another note, not to veer off too much, but even when Isaiah 4:1 comes, man, it's just gonna be like, I could picture it like, man, and all these women, if one woman enough is alone, one woman alone is enough. It's just like, oh my God. But imagine, when the society finally collapses, and it's just like, oh my God, you have all these women, and you got to make all these decisions, all these spirits, all these souls are they're leaning on you, and that's not even to mention children. Children in itself is a burden. So you see, man, it's just, like I said, me personally, the Lord will be doing me a favor if he just, my little Satan, my demon, my children, the Lord be doing me a favor. He just take them out, but that's too easy. That's too easy. And the water about small shot, nothing was ever given to me easy, but hey, mentally I'm prepared. Like, man, well, because like I said, it's easier said than done, of course, but mentally I'm to a point where it's just, come on with it, man. Hey, whatever the Lord's will is, fuck it. And that's just where we got to be with it, because it's going to get tough. It is tough now. It's going to get tougher, right? But that's why, again, in Revelation 2:10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. So we're going to go through it. All right, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. We're going to go through it. All right. It says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. So you see, because again, some of us are going to be taken into these isolation centers. Some of us, hey, Esau, man, hey, some brothers might go days without eating, which is why, on another note, you better incorporate fasting, And I'll just say this again, not to make it about myself, but as I said before, Lord willing, I could just use my example, use myself as an example sometimes, because, for the most part, I'll typically eat once a day, or I'll at least give myself like a 1, maybe 2 hour window where I just get my calories in. And I'll just say this because that's just because, I stay fit, I work out, I go hard, I'm very active, play ball and all that, so I need to get, I need to replenish my body with nutrients, but if I was just if I didn't work out and whatnot, man, me personally, I really wouldn't feel the need to eat. Oftentimes I have to remind myself to eat, because my body needs it. I can care less, because I don't eat for taste. That's one thing about me. I don't eat for taste. I eat for fuel. I eat for fuel. I don't eat for taste. I eat because my body needs to, again, I need to refuel my body with all the nutrients, But other than that, I wouldn't, for the most part, man. I just be going through it, man. I wouldn't be, So I just eat just because I need to, because my body needs it, But like I said, with that being said, hey, with that being said, fasting, hey, wouldn't hurt. Fasting is a very powerful yet underrated tool. Because like I said, I eat because I need to. Not because I want to, but I need to. Because again, so it's going I can see it for some brothers. Gonna go days without eating. And for some brothers' cases, being in these isolation centers, that's going to be the case. He might not feed you for some days, man. It's going to be for the trying of our faith, like I said, that ye may be tried. It says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Right. And of course, 10 is just, like 7, just a complete amount of time. Right. It could be a day. It could be 2 weeks. It could be literally 10 days, a month. But it says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Now you got to ask yourself, why does it say, be thou faithful unto death? Because it's going to be, for some brothers, it's going to be until the bitter end. For some brothers, it's going to be to the bitter end. Guillotines. All right. As far as, and just speaking as a man, you know, because as far as you know, being tortured to death, and you know, that's got to be for you know, for 2/3, man. That, you know, that's not for us. But nevertheless, our faith is going to be put to the ultimate test. Our faith is going to be tried to the max, you know. And for some brothers' cases, that's going to be to the death. Like I mentioned earlier, hey, for he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. So, you know, we're going to suffer. We're going to go through it. We're going to catch hell. But you see, it's just to a point because we're so used to catching hell. It's just like, you know, I can picture like for brothers, man, it's just going to be, you know, just, you know, like, whatever your will is, Lord, let's, you know, let's just, man, you know, it's just going to be one of those things. This is not going to be unfamiliar territory for the elect. I can imagine. It's not going to be unfamiliar, you know, because we're used to catching hell. That's why I did the video the other day. Like, man, we're so used to judgment and the Lord whooping our ass. Listen, be ready to receive the Lord's mercies. Be ready to receive his goodness. You know, be ready to receive the goodness of the Lord, man. Be ready to see and receive the other side of the Lord, because we're so used to getting our ass whooped. And it's just, you know, you know, because listen, and this is something that I deal with because I have a son, you know, and this is something that I dealt with my father, because as you know, you know, I've given this testimony plenty of times. When it comes to my father, he didn't play. You know, and it was always a thing when my father came around, you know, you always, you know, jumping and flinching like, oh shit, am I going to get my ass whooped now? You know, what's he going to, you know, it's just all you clench up, you know? But that's the point, you see, because we're so used to, you know, just flinching and, oh shit, you know, what's he going to do? No, man, you know, and it be those moments. Because like I said, this is something that my son, he's used to getting that rod to him, right? And like I said, with me, I was used to getting the rod from my father, man. But it was those moments where, hey, it'd be those moments where he's just, you know, pops his, you know, he hugs you and, you know, he embraces you. You know, those listen, those moments are special. That's the lottery right there. You're so used to getting your ass whooped and jumping and flinching. But those moments where it's just like, you know, nah, son, come, you know, and you embrace him, you hug him, you know, kiss him on the forehead or whatever, you know, and it's just, man, that's boy, listen, you know, those, because I know a lot of Jake didn't have a father, you know, man, those moments, boy, those are precious moments. And it's crazy because, you know, those moments are almost rare. You know, they were almost rare, right? They were almost rare. You know, you got your ass whooped more often than, you know, more often than you know, the mercy, right? The compassion. You get like I said, you just so used to getting your ass whooped. But in those rare moments where, you know, your father, man, where he embraced you, hugged you, and told you how proud he was and this and that. Listen, I'll say, speaking for myself, all right, at least those moments outlast, you know, all those times that they outdid all those times you got your ass whooped, man. I'll say that, you know, because they were so special. They were special, you know. So in those moments where the you know, Pops, he embraced you, he loved you, told you how proud he was, he just hugged you out the blue, you know, those moments were, they far outlived and outdid when you know, when you got your ass whooped, man. And listen, I say that through the Spirit because, man, like I said, we're so used to getting our ass whooped by the Father, man, by the Heavenly Father. Well, listen, when he really bestows his mercies upon us, man, I can imagine it's gonna be precious. It's gonna be special. It's gonna be beautiful, man. Like, man, you know, because even the scriptures talk about, roughly paraphrasing, you know, because, you know, we know and understand that spiritual power is coming. All right, but the scriptures talk about how rejoice that your names be written in the book, you know, in the books of life, you know, roughly paraphrasing. It's just good, man. This is gonna be one of those things like, man, you know, being one of the chosen is, man, Lord willing, we're just gonna have to see, Lord willing, we get to that point, because, man, you know, the Lord, he, again, I say all that to say just because be ready to receive the Lord's goodness, his greatness, his mercies. Be ready to see the other side of the Lord, man. Be ready to receive the other side, man. You know, but yeah, man. Nevertheless, because it's going to be in these moments, you know, when things, when it really gets bad and our backs are really against the wall, and you know, the Lord, he's gonna for real show us that he's with us, you know, because it's gonna get bad to the point where I can imagine, like, you know, some of us are going to be questioning, and you know, don't fret, because hey, Yahushua, he had that moment where he's like, man, damn, Lord, are you dealing with me? You know, and we're talking about the only begotten of the Heavenly Father. So we're all going to have those moments where it's just like, man, damn, you know, maybe I ain't gonna make it. You know, maybe I'm not one of the elect. We're all going to have those moments. All right, we get those moments now, but there's going to be times 144. You know, when that time comes. When that time comes, it's going to get tough, but the Spirit of the Lord is going to be with us to be able to deal with whatever it is that we got to deal with. All right, you know, that's what we're being trained now to call on the names. All right, the names are important. You know, the names are important, man. All right, and the Lord's going to be with us. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right, man. Through the Spirit, power, grace, mercy, strength of Yahweh Shemel, we're going to be all right. You know, but Lord, one of this was edifying, uplifting, and encouraging, to whom this may concern, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopeful elect. Shalom, shalom. Lord's will.